Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, our history series takes us back to the United States as we take a look at one of my personal favorites, the M24 Chaffee. This little guy has a ton of utility and is very capable machine down at its battle rating of 3.3. Fantastic mobility, pretty decent survivability, if I'm being honest. You can take a couple of hits and keep on trucking. It's got scouting, of course, and a gun that is just as capable as its medium tank counterpart, the M4 Sherman, because it's pretty much the same gun, more or less. More of that later. And it's pretty easy to do well with the Chaffee, especially facing the Germans and Japanese, whose armor basically doesn't mean anything at the close ranges that the Chaffee really excels at. So let's get into a bit more backstory for the mighty Chaffee, as I like to call it. After fighting broke out in northern Africa, the British forces, who at the time were fielding Lend-Lease M3 and M5 Stuart light tanks alongside their own armor, identified several issues with the aforementioned Stuarts, most notably the small 37mm gun that they used. A few preliminary trials were conducted to simply upgun the existing chassis, resulting in the M8 Scott tank with the 75mm howitzer that we have in the game, this guy here. But it didn't really, do a whole lot, caused a few other issues with the tank, notably it made it very cramped. And the chassis itself was a big issue anyways, so in 1943 they decided to just put in an order for a brand new light tank anyways. The request that they made was that the light tank needed to maintain a maximum weight of 20 tons, mount a 75mm gun and a fully traversable turret, of course, and all while trying to use the existing power plant of the M5 Stuart. Cadillac, who manufactured the M5 along with the U.S. Army Ordnance Corps, tackled this task in just 6 months, using bits and pieces from pre-existing vehicles, such as the failed M7 medium tank design, a modified variant of the 75mm M3 cannon that was made as a lightweight variant that they pulled from a B-25 Mitchell. And the suspension as well wasn't anything groundbreaking or revolutionary. They basically used more or less the exact same thing that they had on the M18 Hellcats, which started production July in 1943 as well. So they basically just Frankensteined a bunch of stuff together, and at the end of the day, all Cadillac really needed to do was draw up blueprints for the actual hull itself and weld metal onto everything. So in October, the prototype underwent trials and was judged to be quite successful. It was basically exactly what they were looking for, and an order was made for 1,000 units, which they quickly upped to 5,000 a little bit later, and I think by the end of the production run, something like 4,300 had actually been manufactured. 4,700 were actually manufactured, so they didn't quite make it to the full 5,000, but it is what it is. So production began in 1944, and the first vehicles arrived in Europe in November, and they were given to the U.S. 2nd Cavalry Group's 2nd and 42nd Armored Recon Squadrons, who were stationed in France. So their first action wound up coming in December's Battle of the Bulge, and they were used to pretty significant success in the scouting role for which they were intended, of course, as well as, surprisingly enough, infantry support. As mentioned in my video on the Sherman tank, the introduction of the long 76mm gun on those did aid their anti-tank capabilities, but saw a huge loss in their infantry support role because the high explosive on the 76mm just wasn't quite as effective. So the Chaffee, having what is basically the same 75mm gun that the Shermans had previously, fired all the same ammunition, which was super handy, of course. It just sort of fell into the role naturally, which is pretty handy for everyone involved. It was a little slow, unfortunately, to reach the front lines, however, just because, the war was progressing super quickly at this point, and they were manufacturing them quickly, of course, but, you got to ship them across the Atlantic. There's a whole lot of stuff to go through to get them into the field, so they didn't really see a whole lot of use in World War II, and, even the use that it did see, the Chaffee was pretty underpowered compared to the German tanks that it was fighting, so it really just kind of took a back seat in World War II. The Chaffee really saw the vast majority of its service in the Korean War, actually, where they were very, very well equipped to deal with the harsh terrain, very mountainous, very low weight limits on a lot of the bridges. So they were excellent out there in Korea for what they needed to be used for. Unfortunately, the T-34-85s that they were fighting were a lot better. So again, the Chaffee didn't really do a whole lot as far as anti-tank combat. It was really just relegated to scouting, infantry support, which is perfectly fine. It did an excellent job at that. The M24 did go on to see service in many other global conflicts, as is typical with successful World War II designs. France used them in the Indo-Chinese Wars. Pakistan used it in the Indo-Pakistani War in 1971. So, I mean, that's much, much later than when the tank was originally introduced. So the Chaffee did enjoy quite a long, if relatively unglamorous, service career. And the chassis, as is typical, was also repurposed for several other vehicles, including War Thunder's own M19. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed it before, but you can actually see this little plate here that covers the transmission on both vehicles, so it's quite easy to tell. Obviously, the engine and everything was moved forward so they could mount the anti-aircraft gun on the back, and additionally, M37 and M41 self-propelled artillery guns. So, it didn't do anything super spectacularly well. It just did the job that it was intended for. It did it well enough, and that's all you really need. It's basically the same thing as the M4 Sherman. It was nothing special, but it did what it needed to do. All right, so that's it for the history lesson. Let's get into some games there, put her through her paces in combat. If you enjoy these videos, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like down below and subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. It really does help out a ton. It gives me a massive confidence boost and strokes my ego, so that's pretty awesome. I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And it does, of course, let me know that you guys do enjoy these so I can keep putting, similar content out, I think, in the future. Possibly the video after next, we might be looking at the ever-glorious KV series of tanks. So that'll be pretty fun. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it there. All right, guys, welcome to France. I don't particularly like Maginot Line, but we will put our scouting to good use and see if we can light up the entire enemy team. I'm going to go where that Locust is going. Looks like this Chaffee's coming with. It'll be light tank squad. Alright, there's definitely going to be enemy tanks taking up sniping positions along that ridge line, because there's always tanks taking up sniping positions along that ridge line, so we'll keep an eye out over there. I'm actually going to go a bit wide here. Yeah, speaking of, there's a Puma. Is that something shooting at me? Or is that Chaffee back there? I think that was probably that Chaffee. I don't know. There's somebody getting their gun working. I saw the shell coming in. Right there. Some kind of medium tank. Who are we fighting? Germany, Russia, China. It's White Tracer. What are you? T-34. There's a Martyr. What's that range? 1600? Or 1000, sorry? No. We'll go 14. No, we'll go 13. That looks good. Nope. 14 was right. Hold that, Martyr. Oh my gosh, he got away. A little bit higher. I'm getting shot at now. Shot fell to the right. One more. Alright, we're backing off. Ow, what hit me? Panzer IV right there. This is 30's back and he does not like me. This is trying to cap. Too low. Ah! Dang it. Well, I was trying to get some long-range yeets, but that wasn't really working out for me. There's a Stuka coming in. And there's a duck up. Oh my gosh, I got a hit. He's leaking oil. I got another one. Die, duck, die. Alright, so there's that martyr up on the hill. Duck is down. That Cis 30 is probably going to try and push up. That's what I would do if I was him. There's the martyr and the Yag 10. When did I scout? I scouted the martyr. Get the Yag 10 next. Right there. Panzer IV might have flanked all the way around. I'm going to stay low. Move all the way to this side. Yep, something just shot my dead body. That's probably that Panzer IV. Doesn't know that I'm dead. And that came from right over here. I thought. Scout that martyr again. Is that something shooting at me? Kill assist on the Zis. V nice. That martyr's a bit too far away for me to want to try to take a shot at him. A lot of shots going into that Yag. What? How did that not scout him? I'll put a round down range. It's about 1200. Yep. Got his transmission, so you're stuck there. Go to the left a bit and a tad higher. See if I can get the driver commander. I was going to say, or the engine works too, but the shell didn't actually hit the engine because reasons. Ooh. Hit the driver in the face. Ah. There you are. Okay, not something coming for me, thankfully. You ain't slick, Panzer IV. I can do that too, you know. Unfortunately for you, though, you don't have me scouted. Kill assist on the Yag 10, very nice. Hit from the Arty. Is that martyr dead? I think he is. He's not moving and he ain't shooting at nothing, so I'll assume that he's down for the count. Surprise! It's me! There's a cannon Stuka. Eh. Oh, that actually looked really close. That would have been amazing. Alright, I'd like to try and take the C point back. Stug out in the open there. Oh, come on. Gaijin, fix scouting. Perfect. That's Charlie captured. So we've got ourselves a lead now. Pop some smoke off to the right, that way they think I'm still in there. And we're going to vacate to the left behind this ridge. Let's see if we can get some fancy flankaroonies. Panzer 4F1, possibly. Oh my goodness. It's gotta be because they're too far away, right? Because, I mean, I can definitely see it. Ooh, there's a martyr. I wonder if I could range find that. Give it a go, gunner. Stug over there on the right as well. 600. Yeet! It's not 600. It's maybe like 700. Better. 750 / 800. That'll hit him. Got his breech yellow. He's backed off either way, so that's good. Also, there's definitely no way he was too far away, because if that's only 800 to that Martyr 3, then the Panzer 4 probably would have been only about a kilometer out, and I can spot stuff at, 14, 1500, so I don't know what the deal is. Let's try it again. Hey, yeah, there we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Scratch one Panzer 4. This Martyr's already cautious about this side, so I'll take him first. And he's down. Perfect. Good ridge clean. Good ridge clean. Well done, Chaffee. What is that? There's a T-34? That's a T-50, actually. What's that range? 6? 7? Yep. Oh, rip that guy. Eject, bro, eject. Oh, look at all the enemy tanks. Scout the Puma. Scout the LVT. Scout the flak truck. Too low. Nothing is suspected yet, however. That's a better shot, but still too low, somehow. He's like right there. No. Go away. You stop that. I realize this is spawn camping, but I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Oh man, they took B back. That is no bueno. Okay, got the engine. Next shot will take him. Scout that T-34 rather than try and deal with him. Because he knows I'm up here now. Come on, guys, take the B point back. That was a beautiful carpet bomb, HE. Beautiful. It didn't do anything. So it was kind of a waste, but still. Scout the Puma. That T-34 is watching this hill like a hawk. Guys, if you could decap B, that would be fantastic. No, we're going to lose because there's a medium tank like right there. I don't know what he was doing. Alright, welcome to Abandoned Factory again. I'm going to play the same side I did last match, but hopefully without getting derped into oblivion by an SU-152. Mostly because they're on our team this go-around. Fighting Germany, Italy, and Sweden, interestingly enough. Missed it. Saw it right at the last second. That's right, T-34 got him. Oh no! That was dirty. I mean, he's playing a KV-2, so it's not like he can complain about anything, but man, that was dirty. I knew where I had the best chance of going through and just kind of went for it. Luckily, it all panned out. I'm sure he's very upset. There's Stu right there. Okay, just that T-34. I got scouted on Stug, so that's going to help out if he decides to push this corner, which he did. No! No, Gaijin. That goes through. And he missed completely. And the T-34 got him. Thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate it. There's an Italian down there. It's that big, spooky, scary tank destroyer thing. Right there. Up. I got a hit. Didn't do any damage to him, but got a hit. He's down, though. Another T-34 got him. Hello. I'd watch my 6 if I were you. We're going this way, Mr. T-34? Stop that. You knew he was in here, didn't you? You sneaky little boy. Okay, we're already spawn camping them on this flank. This match is going completely differently than the last one. No, we can talk about that. And by that I mean, no thanks, go away. Is that a 110? I think so. I'm gonna send some 50 cals his way. No, nothing. We're gonna... yeah, we'll shift to the other side. We'll go to the other side of the map. Why not? We'll follow the action. We've got this flank locked down, so I'm not too concerned with it. That's where our squad mate, the T-34, is going anyway. That's a Panzer III right there. Skirt! Nice, he's down. Cool. Chaffee, what are you doing? You can move faster than that. Let's go, come on. I think my driver's confused about which gear he needs to be in. Oh my gosh, we've absolutely swept the enemy team. They are not having a good day. Me knocking that German KV-2 out early was probably a pretty significant takedown for the team as a whole. Are we going to start spawn camping them on this flank too? No, it's a horrible one. Leave me alone. Stop that. Whirlwinds scare me. Normal tanks, not even worried about it. On the move, third person right through the driver's port. That was nasty. That's a bomb. It's a lot of bombs, actually. Right, there's a Stug here. And he just took a hit from somewhere. Oh. Ow. Was that a high explosive round? Yes. It didn't even pen me. It just ricocheted off into nowhere and then decided to explode. For no reason. Whatever, Gaijin. I'll take the P-39 out so I'm not burning all the backups. Oh my gosh. Like we're all in planes. The whole team. Maybe not the whole team, but there's definitely a large number of us in aircraft. This poor lad's in a T-28. I feel kind of bad for him. Is there an enemy on the sea point? I don't see anything. That's a Puma right there. I'm gonna have to do him. I'm gonna have to do it to him. Oh, he's dead already. It's no fun. GG. Alright folks, that is it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed. As always, leave a like down below, subscribe if you liked it. Love to see you on the next one. Take care, peace out, much love, God bless.